Alright, what's up? It's Twalkdahulk. Back here again, episode 3 of the Jump With Me series. So I forgot to vlog this morning like I have been, but I know episode 2 turned out to be 28 minutes long, so I wasn't sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea. So this one's gonna be probably a lot shorter, but still really educational and really beneficial. So today's video is strictly about dunking. So how to be a better dunker, a higher jumper almost immediately. Of course, training, plyometrics, lifting, and things like that can help long term, but the biggest problem is a lot of people's technique's wrong. When people dunk, I've watched a bunch of different type of people's, gather for the dunk and the jump, and it's all over the place. Even me, sometimes I mess up, or I'm not thinking about it enough. So today I'm gonna show you some common mistakes, things you can immediately fix to make yourself become a better dunker. Today we're gonna be focusing off a 2-foot jump. So some people jump off 1, some people jump off 2, some people jump off both, but typically everybody has their favorite and what they're best at. For me, I'm a 2-foot jumper, so I'm gonna be showing y'all 2-foot jump techniques. We're gonna go from there. I'm gonna demonstrate them, explain what's going on. I may throw a few dunks in at the end. I trained legs this morning, did some reverse lunges on this machine and everything like that, so I'm hurting, but I'm gonna do the best I can. But yeah, the biggest takeaway of today is gonna be quick techniques and tips, at least 5 to 10 tricks, things you can change immediately to start jumping higher, all right? All right, so the first biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to dunk, when they run up, I'm gonna try to demonstrate it in this footage. It's gonna be kind of hard to see because of the angle. I'll try to get the best angle I can so you can really see the difference. But when you're running into the gather, you're leaning forward. So you're in a crouch position, leaning forward, kind of looking down. If your body's leaning forward, then when you go to jump and take off, instead of going up to get that vertical higher to jump and be a better dunker, you're gonna jump forward. So you're almost jumping out of bounds. So that's the first thing to correct. Hopefully you can see it from the footage. But the biggest thing, again, when you're running, keep your chest up. A quick trick is to actually look at the top of the backboard. Look up at the rim versus looking down at the ball or being in a crouch leaning position. Try to get that chest upright so you can be ready to take off upwards instead of outwards, all right? So that's the first thing. Showed y'all a dunk. 2 hands, I told you my bounce is getting better already. I've been training like this for a few weeks now. So follow along and hopefully this helps you out. So that's tip number 1, all right? All right, hopefully you can see me. I know there's trees over top of me. I needed the shade. It's 102 out today. It's supposed to be 100 for the next week straight. But yeah, so the next tip, next thing to change to instantly jump higher, as you're gonna see me demonstrate, one of the big things, again, I'm gonna keep saying everything is the biggest thing because it really is gonna be the stutter step. If you go to a shoot around and the game's over and people get in line and start, dunking and jumping and seeing who can dunk and trying to grab rim and things like that, that's one thing you're almost always going to notice is the guy who runs up before he gathers, he stutter steps really quick. The reason that's a big issue is because when you're going for a jump, you want to know mentally how to time your steps. So you want to get in a regimen. When you go for a dunk, all right, bang, 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 this is how many steps I need. When you're doing that stutter step, you're never going to know. Sometimes you take 5 little chops, sometimes you take 10, some people take 3, 2, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's throwing your count off, it's throwing off your coordination, and when you get to the rim, you're either gonna be too close to it and have to jump straight up under the rim, or you're gonna be too far away, and when you're trying to increase your vertical, you need every inch you can get. So if you have to jump farther, that's taken away from you jumping higher. Same thing if you're up under it, and you jump straight up, you're almost jumping backwards. It's not beneficial. So that's the second thing to fix, is the choppy little stutter steps. That's always going to throw you off, especially if you're in game, because that's going to give the defender behind you time to catch up to you and block your shot and everything like that. So those 2 tips that you definitely want to fix. And as you see, I finished it off with a dunk. So again, it's working. It's all mental, all right? A lot of this stuff, just like working out, just like boxing, whatever athletic background you come from, there's technique to it. Same thing with dunking and jumping, it's technique. You think high jumpers and people in the Olympics are just jumping because they got bounce? No, they train and they make sure they have the technique down, all right? So So that's the second thing you can fix. Hopefully this is helping. Alright, so for the third mistake that people trying to dunk make, it's going to be the hop step. The guy who hop steps before he goes up for a dunk. This isn't as common as the first two, but it is something that even the most experienced jumpers and dunkers tend to do sometimes. I'm not sure why, but what it does is, again, it takes the momentum out of your stride. So you want to have those steps down, stride into it smooth, shoot straight up. When you do your stride and then you end up hopping and planting on 2 feet, it slows all that momentum down. Now you're pretty much doing a straight vertical jump, vertical dunk off of no steps. So fix that. Again, I'm gonna have the demonstration on here. Check it out. First I'm gonna show the hop step, then I'm gonna show you what it should look like in stride. All right, so that's the third thing that you must fix, excuse me, I'm high, if you wanna start jumping, dunking better, all right? Again, hopefully that's helpful also. Alright, so the next thing, I think this is the fourth tip, it's kind of two wrapped into one. So it's really just a mentality. When you're dunking, it's a mentality. You gotta know what you're attacking the rim for. Don't just attack it on no soft stuff. Think of Russell Westbrook, Blake Griffin, my favorite Gerald Green, people like that. When they get to that rim, they explode. They're thinking about ripping the rim off. So it's a mentality. When you attack aggressive. So when you go up for that dunk and you're driving, go up with as much speed and as much hit of steam as possible and explode straight up, again, not straight out. So that's one, is attack it aggressive, not slow, soft, all chill. Especially if you're struggling to dunk right now, you gotta go up to that thing with momentum, all right? And then the second thing I'm gonna demonstrate on screen is gonna be when you go to gather for that 2-foot jump, get as low as you possibly can, comfortably. Of course, you're not gonna get down like this. When you go to explode in your gathering, you should, as soon as you do them 3 steps, you should be coming down with as much momentum again as possible. So that's why I wrapped them both into one trick, one tip, one hack, whatever you want to call it, because it all kind of comes into play together. So attack it aggressively. As you notice, I'll also demonstrate, if you attack it and you come up and you're just straight up just like this, you're not going to get as much explosion as if you come in and you really dig deep into it off of the balls of your feet, because the balls of your feet are one of the strongest probably body parts you have. That's where you get all your explosion from. And then that's gonna lead us into the next tip, is don't run off of your tippy toes. Because if you're running and you're jumping off of your toes, again, you're not getting as much traction into the ground and able to lift up and get that explosion. So that's like 5, 6 hacks, tips, tricks I just showed y'all just right there in about 10 minutes. Hopefully this is helpful. I'm gonna throw in some dunks here at the end, and I think I'm gonna give y'all one more trick. I wanna make sure I cover everything, all right? All right, so the final tip, hack, trick, whatever you want to call it, I got for y'all when it comes to jumping higher and dunking better off of 2 feet is going to be slowing down at the end. So a lot of people, you get all this momentum, you get the steal, you run full court, you sprint all the way up to the rim, them last 3, 4 steps, you slow down. It's like almost because you don't have your footing down, you don't got the technique down, you got your steps all out of whack. So you got to work on your footwork, whether it's ladder drills, hurdles, whatever the case may be. You got to get your footwork better, because that's the main reason why a lot of people, again, just like I said, they sprint up to the rim, then those last 4 or 5 steps they slow down. So I'm gonna give you a quick demonstration. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. But that's it. That's like 7 hacks, I think, to show you how to jump higher almost immediately off of 2 feet. Now I'm gonna do a couple dunks for y'all, just for the video, for the end, so y'all don't think I'm just giving y'all tips and can't even jump. And again, if you ain't been keeping track, if this is your first episode you're watching, 6 foot, and I weighed in at 235 this morning. Been bodybuilding for the last 8 years. So again, I'm just getting back into it for about 2-3 weeks now. So if I'm already back to dunking, getting more explosion by doing these workouts that I'm showing you in this series, make sure you watch all the previous episodes and upcoming episodes because it's working, all right? I come from this, I do this, and now I'm getting back, all right? So now I'm gonna throw down some dunks. And if you watch my last episode, I told you that the maintenance man sprayed out the hives that are in the rim because there's been wasps flying around. So they were going yesterday, and now I've been out here doing these tutorials for y'all. It's been good, and now like 10 of them just showed up. So I'm gonna do my best not to get stung and try to get some dunks off. But if they start swarming too much, I'm gonna just have to call it a wrap. I'm gonna have to spray again and come back another day. But let's get into it, all right? All right, I've been sitting here chilling for like 15 minutes now. I almost forgot to close out the video and finish up episode 3. I'm still sweating and stuff. But yeah, what was I gonna say? So finished up. Hopefully all those tips, tricks, hacks help y'all. Comment below if it helped. If you try them out for a week or two, come back to the video, comment, say it helped. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Again, that was my second workout of the day. I just checked the time. It's 3:30 now, so I was out there from 2 o'clock till 3:30. It's 102 out today. As I said, it's been 100 for the past like 2 weeks straight, and all next week it's supposed to be 100. So I know I'm like 2 shades darker. I swear, I know I could jump higher and do some better dunks if it wasn't so hot. I need to go out like early in the morning or late in the evening because that heat just takes all my energy away. So between like each dunk, I'm hitting over to the side under the tree, like bent over on my knees, like burnt out, like I just fucking ran full court or something. So if it wasn't for it being that hot, I would have some better dunks for y'all. But yeah, as you see, I threw in some dunks for y'all at the end. As you see, I'm dunking a lot easier. Again, 3 weeks ago, was barely touching rim. So everything I'm doing is working. But yeah, this morning from 10 to 12, I did my bodybuilding workout again. It was upper body today. Finished off with 25 minutes on the arc trainer, cardio. Came home, chilled, got together a game plan for this video, figured out what I wanted to talk about today. Went over, just recorded that from 2 to 3:30, so 2 intense workouts already. All I got is at 8 o'clock tonight, so I'm gonna go to that appointment, drive there, do that. I'm chilling until then. I'm about to clean up. And yeah, that's a wrap. As always, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do because it's that simple. Again, before you leave this video, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell so you get all notifications. I got more episodes coming in this series. I'm gonna be doing some spin-offs and everything like that. So stay tuned. I'm still bodybuilding. I'm not getting small, but now I'm balling, all right? So the guns are still there, they ain't leaving. I'll let y'all later.